Hello citizens, welcome back. Today we're asking if Erling Haaland is a tapping merchant. If Haaland is overrated. Can anyone do what he's doing in this Man City team? Can you score goals in this Man City team? Can any striker in the world do what he's doing right now? And there's only one way to find out, and that's by just jumping into it and going through a few points that I want to talk about. So let's do it. The first thing I want to talk about is goals, because Erling Haaland scores for fun. There's no getting away around it. No matter how you look at it, if you hate him, love him, it doesn't matter. He scores, you know it. He's probably going to score in every single game, or you expect him to anyway. And a lot of people will tell you that he's a tapping merchant. He's a bit overrated, that anyone can score goals in this Man City team. And undoubtedly, this Man City team is probably the best City team there's ever been. It's the best City team I've ever seen. And I actually think it's probably the best football team the Premier League's ever seen. Because man to man, these 11 players on the pitch are absolute phenomenon. And you can go back to the records they've broken. The first team to win the English treble. First team to 100 points. Still the only team to do that. Absolute machine, this team. They're incredible. Whoever Pep brings in, because it's undoubtedly Pep as well. The coach is phenomenal. This team does amazing things every single season. And last year, we won the league without a striker. We won the league with a false nine. Never been done, but we did it. And we also scored the most goals that season as well. So did we actually need a striker? Well, yes, we did. Because again, look at last season. Look at how many balls we were putting in the box and nobody was there. We crossed more than anyone else last season. And we just couldn't score. Whoever was that focal point for us, whether it's Sterling, Mahrez, Jesus, Foden, Grealish, Bernardo, no one could score goals in that middle. Whoever the focal point for us was, they just wouldn't score. They were absolutely useless to the rest of the team. They were basically there just to press. But put them out wide, they were devastating. Whoever it was, they'd score goals, they'd get assists, but put them in the middle, no one knew how to do that role. They just couldn't do it. And we did go for Kane last year, of course, and one of the big arguments is, can Kane score goals like Haaland? Well, Kane can score goals. He's an incredible player. He really is. And I think he might break Alan Shearer's 260 goal record. But Haaland, look at his numbers. First player to score 3 successive home hat-tricks. He scores 3 hat-tricks in 8 games. It took him 8 Premier League games to score 3 hat-tricks in the best league in the world. 8. The next quickest is Michael Owen with 48. He did it 40 games quicker than him. That is absolutely bonkers, no matter how you think about it. And it's not like this league's got worse this season. The standard's still there. If you ask me, teams like Brighton, Southampton, they've improved. There's lots of teams here that are very, very good teams. It's not like you're going to like the French league or anything like that. This is the Premier League where every game is actually really difficult, but Haaland's making a mockery of it so far. He just can't stop scoring. The only team to stop him so far is Bournemouth. And he should have scored in that if Phil had passed him the ball. So Haaland's the quickest to 10 goals. He's the quickest to 15. And if he stays fit, you can bet he's going to be quickest to 20, quickest to 50, quickest to 100. And depending on how long he stays in the league, he's going to break Alan Shearer's 260 record and whatever Kane puts on. He's going to break them if he stays here. If he stayed here for 10 years, he'd break everything. He is just an absolute goal machine. He can score in the box, outside the box, and he can score with his head as well. And it's been a while since we've had someone with his presence, his strength, his just determination to score goals and nothing but goals. It's been a while since we've had that, and it's really, really nice. And undoubtedly, he's the best striker in the world. He really is. So it's a little bit unfair to say that he would do it. He's just a tapping merchant. He can only do it because it's Man City team, because he's replicated it for Norway. He's replicated it for Dortmund, for Mainz, or wherever he played for. He's replicated it absolutely everywhere he's been. So, no, it's not just because he's in this Man City team. He'll do it in any team. And whenever you hear anyone call him a tapping merchant or say he's overrated, I just think, well, a little bit jealous that you didn't get him yourself. That's the first point I wanted to talk about. The second point is his presence in this team. Now, we know all about his attitude. He laughs at interviews. He doesn't let anything get to him. He doesn't let pressure get to him. And that's something special as well, because I always see him in a good mood. Even when he misses a chance, he kind of laughs to himself and thinks, wow, I'm just going to go score 3 now for you all laughing at me. That's kind of what comes into his head. You can see it flash across his eyes. He's just like, all right, well, now I'm going to hurt you. And he does. He often does. But his presence on the pitch, honestly, see it in person is unbelievable. If you only watch the highlights in games, you just cannot appreciate what he does. Now, when he's inside that 18-yard box, again, people always say he doesn't like leaving the box. Why should he? He's a striker. But when he's in it, that's his box. No one's allowed in it. It's not the centre halves, not the goalkeepers. That's his box. That is his area, and he commands it. He absolutely does. And one of the things I've seen in a video recently is someone saying, Haaland's not had a defender test him yet. He's not had a defender that's going to pull him. He's not had a defender that's just going to kick him, grab him, hold him. He's not had any of that. He's had nice defenders. Well, that is just not true, because in person, you will see him grab defenders and throw them to the floor. I even saw it in Southampton yesterday. There was a cross that came in, might be from Cancelo. Cross comes in from the left. He's got the player holding on to him, and he just pushes him off and then throws him to the floor and tries to get a volley away. And I've seen him do that a few times. Look at the goal, Gundogan's goal for Bournemouth. Haaland holding off 2 players while feeding the ball through to him. We saw Martinez in the United game holding on to Haaland's shoulders while Haaland's just running forward because he can't keep up with him. And that was a player, by the way, the United fans and everyone else would say Martinez is going to stop Haaland. He's going to pocket him. Too strong for him. He's too physical. Haaland dominated him. And look at that Man United defense in general. Look at the look on Haaland's face when he goes for that header in De Bruyne's corner in the first half for his first goal. Look at him just get away from Eriksen. Look at him challenge McTominay. I say challenge McTominay. McTominay had no chance. That determination and that anger in Haaland's eyes when he headed that ball, he knew what he wanted and he was going to get it and no one was going to stop him. Whoever was in his way, he was just going to go flat through. And it's what he did. And we saw it against United a few times, he was just bullying people. That's what he does. So to say that he's not a defender that's quite physical and will hold on to him and kick him and upset him in a game, absolutely not true. It's nonsense. And in fact, if you look at the Palace game, he played against Anderson, who Nunes headbutted because he couldn't handle him. Anderson tried it with Haaland the week later. Didn't happen, did it? Because Haaland got a hat-trick. So, yeah, Haaland's presence in that box is phenomenal. But it's also the confidence he gives the rest of us. Us fans, whenever Haaland touches the ball, we expect him to score. We do. Whether it's unfair or not. But that's just what he's done with this team. That's just what he's brought to the club. Because his high standards and his persistence and his ability just to keep doing it week in, week out, every 3 days, means that we're confident whenever he gets the ball. And that's only down to him. That's not just us putting pressure on him. That's his own pressure. And that feeds through to the players behind him as well. He's made all them City players better. De Bruyne looks better. Foden looks better. Grealish looks better. Look at the confidence. Look at the smiles on their faces when he scores. They all absolutely love him. Look at some of the passes they're doing to him. Look at the goal he scored against Dortmund. It was a wonderful ball by Cancelo, but no one else would have put that ball in the net. And so it looks like an incredible ball. He's upping everyone else's stats because they're getting more assists with him in the team. But not just that, they're getting more chances as well. He makes runs. He makes runs all game. He doesn't stop running. For the full 90 minutes, he will make a run. And he's always got 2 defenders with him. It's not just one. He doesn't get man-marked. He gets double marked every time. But because he does, everyone else has got more space. You see Grealish running into it. You see Foden running into it. You see them having more chances at goal. You see them creating a little bit more. He's just upped everyone's game. His presence is scaring the opposition defenders, scaring the opposition team managers and fans. And it's just benefiting us as a club as a whole. And it's honestly incredible to watch in person. It really is. Like I said, his presence, very impressed. Goals, presence, he's got the lot. He is a complete striker. He really is. And again, I've not seen anyone do what he does, like have that effect on a team before. I've not seen it. I really haven't. The third thing I want to talk about is moments. It's not like he's scoring 4, 5-0, 6-0 up. He's not doing that. He's scoring important goals at important times for us. He's changing games. He's changing games from draws to wins, from losses to draws, from losses to wins. He's changing things for us. Look at the first game against West Ham. Go all the way back to the first game of the season. It was a close-knit game. West Ham didn't really cause us too many problems, but we weren't creating much either. But then he gets on the end of a pass, uses his pace, gets brought down by the keeper, and then finishes the penalty away in off the post. Like, there's no pressure, even though it was his first Premier League game of his career. Phenomenal. The second goal, he bursts through the defence, shapes, shoots, slides it under the keeper. Again, feeling no pressure whatsoever. At the end of the game, I thought it was a difficult, like he had a chance to score a hat-trick with a head, like before he got brought off. I thought it was impossible angle, but he came off really angry that he hadn't scored and said he should have scored. So again, he's putting more pressure on himself. And that's just the kind of moment player he is. So he basically wins us that game, because I'm looking at the rest of the team and thinking, no one can get that penalty from the keeper there, because no one would have burst onto it with that pace. I don't think anyone scores the way he does for that second goal. Bournemouth, yeah, he didn't score. He should have done, because Phil should have passed him. But look at his strength to hold off the defenders and feed Gundogan through. It was 0-0 at that point. Look at Palace. We were getting beat 2-0. He gets a second half hat-trick to win us the game. Of course, everyone else picked up the game as well. But he scores 3 goals. Massively, massively important goals. And one of the goals, he was right place at the right time when Stones miskicked his shot. His hat-trick, though, running through the defence, holding off Anderson, who, again, Nunes headbutted the week before. He's holding off Anderson for like 20, 30 yards before finishing it past the keeper. No pressure. Unbelievable strength, pace, quality finish. Who else? Newcastle. We were 3-1 down at half time. He gets the second goal. Okay, he was about 6 yards out, but he's got space 6 yards out. How are you getting space in a 6-yard box where it's packed with defenders? Ruben does well to win the head of the back post, but his presence and his ability to find that just extra yard and volley into the net, brilliant. And the third goal, Bernardo's goal, he drops deep to take the pass from De Bruyne. The defender follows him, which leaves space for Bernardo behind him, and De Bruyne goes to Bernardo. Incredible goal, it really was. And that helped by Haaland stepping out and the defender getting scared and following him. Nottingham Forest, yeah, we won 6-0. Haaland gets a hat-trick. Look at that third goal, the header. Look how high he jumps for that ball. And he's got his shoulder in the defender's face. He's like, yeah, again, this is mine. His determination to win that header. Brilliant play by Stones to head the ball across to him, but no one was being Haaland in the air there. And I think that was a perfect hat-trick. That wasn't it, right foot, left foot, head. And we, who else? Dortmund. Recently Dortmund, like we've already spoken about, Cancelo's ball's phenomenal. Stones gets us back in the match with a wonder strike at the edge of the box. But Haaland's goal, how's he getting his foot that high and scoring that goal? That won us the game. No one else could have done that to win us the game. So yeah, he scores tap-ins. Yeah, he scores from outside the box. Yeah, he scores headers. He scores penalties. He scores everything. Like I said, he's a complete striker. And he's got this ability to win us games. So yeah, it's not just like he's stat padding. He's a big moment striker team. And I absolutely love him. And to finish, I think it's Gary Neville that said it best when he said, if you can get a chance to buy a ticket to see Haaland, no matter who you support, you should buy a ticket to see Haaland, because we have not seen a striker of this quality in the Premier League for some time. And we have not seen a genuinely world-class player come into this league for a long time, because he is the best striker in the world. Thank you for watching. As always, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button.